Good morning, and thank you for tuning in to the Live and 5 show, where we have been living live for 10 years. I'm Caleb.
And I'm Kat. A 26-year-old man jumped on a rotting whale carcass surrounded by sharks, and there was no way out.
It's been a little cold recently. Is the cold weather going to continue? We'll find out in a second. Yesterday was Thursday Night Football. I'll tell you the scores and highlights of the playoff matchup when the Dolphins faced the Bills.
Pop star Demi Lovato gets engaged to a 5-year-old.
A New York principal runs 100 miles to inspire his students.
We'll be right back after the break.
Good morning, Trojans. I'm Mr. Compost.
And I am Miss Gigi. Some of you may recognize us, but we wanted to take the special time on Life in 5 to formally introduce ourselves.
We're one of the 4 Tetzlaff counseling interns that are here to support and encourage you, in addition to staff and teachers.
This morning on Life in 5, we are going to talk about Veterans Day.
What it is, how we can participate, and as a veteran myself, I'm happy to tell you about this special day. Veterans Day is a day we reserve for taking special time and effort to acknowledge and honor those who served or have served in our military. Veterans Day is on the 11th of November, and the school is putting together a Pride Board to honor and thank veterans and current military service members.
You may be thinking, what is a Pride Board? A Pride Board can be created and used to represent a pride and dignity we have towards our school or even sports team.
To show our pride in veterans, the staff has created a Pride Board that is open to everyone for showing special items such as pictures and drawings.
If you would like to share a photo or a drawing of someone special to you who has served or is currently serving in the military, bring a copy of a photo or a picture in an envelope with your name on it to the back office. We look forward to a wonderful Veterans Day.
Welcome back.
It's time for the Tetzlaff play-by-play.
Attention all flag football and volleyball players. The sports banquet will be held next Wednesday after school from 2:15 to 3 p.m. in the cafeteria. There will be foods, drinks, treats, and awards for Team MVP and the Coaches Award. For further questions, see Mr. Mendez in room 105.
Shadow Your Student Day is next Friday, where students will go about their regular schedule while parents follow their child from class to class. Parents will also have the opportunity to see what goes on at Tetzlaff Accelerated Learning Academy.
Due to the Veterans Day holiday, we didn't show Action Reaction Parkour segment scheduled for Tuesday, so check it out.
Okay, now for our last segment for now is Tresseur. Tresseur is a group of people who are skilled runners and jumpers. They often have the ability to show off diverse acrobatic procedures, but not necessarily. Now, here's Team Tresseur doing Tresseur parkour. I wonder how they perform these acts without injury. Tresseur is where people bring their agile abilities to parkour. Well, that's all the time for today, and see you next week.
All right, Trojans, in today's Action Reaction segment, David shares with us the game of the week.
Hey guys, it's Davey here yet with another weekly game. This week's game is League of Legends. This is a free MMO game featuring 5 players playing 5 different characters, called Champions. The goal is to outplay your opponent, push all 3 lanes, and destroy the enemy nexus. This game has been out since 2010. Season 5 will start in 2015. What an amazing game! Did you know that there is a professional job for League of Legends? That's right. In North America, Europe, and Korea, China, and the Southeast Asia, people play League of Legends as their job and get paid. That's all the time we have for today. We'll see you back here next week.
That's it for the play-by-play at Tetzlaff.
Check out our Facebook page at Live in 5 Show to follow up on our stories.
We'll be right back after the break.
Hurry up, dude, they're serving pizza.
Hold on, I'm writing my homework.
What? Writing your homework? Nobody does it anymore. Just memorize it.
Save this way, forget it, I could just check it.
Just hurry up.
Okay. Okay, I'm done.
Let's go.
All right, need everybody to take out their homework.
Okay.
Good job. Good job.
Shoot, I forgot it.
Didn't you write it in your agenda?
No.
All right, well, you have math detention today.
Oh, dang.
President Obama is sending 1,500 troops to Iraq to help fight the terrorist group ISIS and adding 2 more operation centers on the cities of Baghdad and Erbil. They are doubling the amount of troops already stationed in Iraq, and the U.S. is advising Kurdish and Iraq forces to fight ISIS as well. The president is asking Congress for $5.6 billion to help fund the battle and $1.5 billion to train and equip Iraq and Kurdish forces. So far, the total amount of money used to fund the air campaign against ISIS is $700 million, funding more than 800 airstrikes on the terrorist group using more than 2,000 bombs and rockets. The Pentagon said, quote, Secretary Hagel recommended this to Obama based on the Iraq government's request. The U.S. Central Command's Iraq Unit Assessment, the progression of Iraq security forces in the held and in the concert with the coalition campaign plan to defend key areas and go on the offensive against the Levant and the Islamic State of Iraq or ISIS, end quote.
The Kurds have joined the fight against ISIS. Their military has already sent out their troops and fighter jets. The country says that they have deadly weapons to use as soon as the U.S. initiate their airstrikes. The U.S. also has notified that they are ready to strike when the Kurds are.
Normally, people don't like to put themselves in danger, but this man does. Harrison, a 26-year-old old man, is not scared to do the unthinkable. Harrison jumped on the rotting carcass of a whale. Shortly after, 2 sharks surrounded the whale, knowing his friends were yelling at him to quickly make his way back to the boat. He still stood on the whale, taunting the sharks. He thought it was all fun and games until the sharks inched closer to the whale. His friends inched the boat a little closer, just enough for Harrison to jump back in, knowing how dangerous that was. The first thing he told the reporter was, quote, I will never do this again, end quote. Time now to check in with Arnell on today's entertainment report. Good morning, Arnell.
Good morning, Caleb. Pop star Demi Lovato gets engaged to a 5-year-old. In the middle of her concert, she invited Grant up on stage, and he proposed to her. She ended up saying yes, and that he just had to wait 13 years. Let's see what's going on in the world of weather. Good morning, Sammy.
Good morning, Arnell. All right, Tetzlaff Trojans, it's time for the weather. In our area, it's about 63 degrees. Moving more up all the way in Washington, it is 31 degrees. There's some negatives up in the north today in Montana over there, so there'll be some negatives up there, pretty cold. Moving more up all the way to Maine, it's going to be about 31 degrees. Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, 50s, 30s. Moving more down to Florida in the 70s. All right, now it's time for the 5-day forecast. Today, tomorrow, and Sunday will be in the 70s. Monday, 80. Tuesday 77. Tomorrow will be sunny, but the rest of the days will be partly cloudy. All right, I wonder what the results were for this week's poll. We'll find out with Avery. Good morning, Avery.
Good morning, Sue. Today we have Carrie with us. Good morning, Carrie.
Good morning, Avery.
This week we challenged you with the question, what branch of military do you prefer? Military, Army, Coast Guard, Navy, or Marines? Here's what you said. Marines, because they are both land and sea based. Another viewer said Army, because they have an artillery to defend us. Here are the results of this past week's poll. 12% of you said Navy, 31% of you said Marines, 25% of you said Air Force, 25% of you said Army, and 7% of you said Coast Guard. Our new question is, what are you going to do for Thanksgiving break? We want to hear from you. Be sure to visit us online at Live and 5 Show to vote. Send your comments to webpoll at liveand5show.com. And if it's good, we'll read it on the air. So, Carrie, what do you think?
I'm probably going to be going with my aunts and visiting them.
Thank you for coming on the show today. So let's see how Thursday Night Football went with Christian.
Thank you, Avery. So Thursday Night Football last night was exciting as the two teams fought for the playoffs. The Miami Dolphins played the Buffalo Bills. Starting quarterback Kyle Orton threw for no touchdowns that game, giving the Bills a loss, and none of the running backs at least ran for 50 yards. Meanwhile, Ryan Tannehill threw for 2 touchdowns and over 200 yards to take the Dolphins into the playoff hunt. Randy Gibson and Jarvis Landry caught the 1 touchdown each from Tannehill with over 50 yards combined for both the players. After this game, the AFC playoffs are really shaping up. In other sporting news, so ever since Kyrie Irving, a basketball player for the Cavaliers, hit a 3-pointer, some people in Cleveland are confident and enthusiastic about the 2014 and 2015 season. However, senior writer Ethan Skolnick is not satisfied and confident about the season. He admits that he is not very confident because Kyrie has been in the NBA for 3 years and is still dealing with problems. For example, not getting to his spot in time, which is a point guard job, and not shooting the ball when he has it. David Black, the coach, has been working tremendously on the offense, but that defense is not that good. Even though they have some skillful defense, players like LeBron James, his other teammates, have to help him out too. Ray Allen from the Miami Heat has signed a contract to play for the Cavaliers, and Ethan thinks that is a great idea because he is at the same level as LeBron James. That wraps it up for sports. Time now to see if we can answer the daily 411.
Thank you, Christian. Today's 411 question is, what year was the Coast Guard established? 1790, 1800s, 1810, or 1820? Take 5. The correct answer is 1790. The U.S. Coast Guard is the branch of the U.S. Armed Forces and one of the country's 7 uniformed services.
A principal runs 100 miles in 24 hours on November 7th in New York. Dan O'Keefe is 49 years old and says he's running 100 miles to inspire his students to put 100% into everything they do. Students that go to his high school are inspired and proud of what he has done. Some students even joined O'Keefe to give him company and show appreciation. Dan almost ran the 100 miles nonstop. His run also helped fundraise for his school's sports programs and other activities. That wraps up the Daily Live in 5. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody.